Hey! Hello everyone, and my name's Yamaga, and today on VTubing My Slow Life Hobbies in My 30s, I'm going to be learning how to use this tool. So I have actually only used my wood burning pen one time, and that one time I used it was to sign one of the bird nest boxes that I built. And that's kind of sort of my long plan vision for this, is to use it to sign woodworking stuff and also to add additional detail to things. So I was kind of thinking of what would be a good way for me to use this tool to just lightly use this tool, just practice. And so I have a whole bunch of wooden cards here. Kind of. Let's just grab a few. We'll grab a few. So these are actually offcuts from, let's see, what project was that? It was the raised bed build. So I actually made a whole bunch of cuts to it because admittedly I should have cut. So for that, I actually used real panes of glass that were a bit oversized. And because I did that, it was freakishly heavy. So I tried to cut down the wooden frame as much as I could to lighten it. And I had really long strips of Eastern red cedar. That's what we got. We got cedar. And this wonderful pinkish purple wood that is the primary source of sawdust in my shop for the better part of a year. But yeah, so this is the material I'm going to be using today, and I am honestly going to just go into this by doing some freehand stuff. Totally an amateur. Today is learning. It's all about learning. I had a little bit of time prior to stream to just figure out a means to keeping my Kanji learning book open. I really don't want to lose my spot. Gotta keep that. But yeah, this is the Kanji Learner's Dictionary by Konda Sha. Which, if you're having any level of interest in learning Japanese, this is a really great resource. Cannot recommend it enough. But for today's, what we're trying to accomplish today is this shows you the stroke orders for the various kanji, which is the information I want. I want stroke orders. So I'm gonna set this here. Ooh. Or at least the game plan's set it there. So, and okay, so I've got that there. Now, when I was making these, I ended up with some small off cuts. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try doing what I can with just this offcut. I've had my tip, it's been warming up, so we'll see what we can accomplish here. Because I don't know, I am unskilled, but willing to learn. Or who knows, maybe the heat's not up, because I can feel it warming, because I can feel this, it has been warming up, because I got it going shortly before stream, but it doesn't. I wonder if it's just not warm enough. Okay. Because it's making tip marks, but it's not really burning just yet. So maybe I should have played with this tool a little bit more before stream. So right now, dial was at 350. We're going to turn it to 350 and 400. Now I do know that it does take a while to warm up, which is kind of the reason why I was initially doing a little bit of yammering there, because I was trying to wait for this to warm up. So since it seems like my tool's not quite hot enough yet, more yammering will ensue. Oh, hello, Yoshinaru. How you doing? How's life treating you? But yeah, we're waiting for my tool to heat up before I can actually make burn marks, because it's not making burn marks just quite yet. But so this is just me trying to like practice and have a little bit of fun with this in sort of a low stakes situation, because I have some plans for. I'm doing well. How are you? I am doing pretty good. I gotta say, life's been pretty all right, and it's gonna get even better because I'm off the next 2 days of work for visiting family reasons. So I don't have to think about going to work for 2 days. So I'm excited. I like that. That is good. But there is a thing I would like to do. I would like to at least entertain the idea. At least entertain the idea of using this tool for. And that is, I am not the biggest fan anymore, not since my younger days, of the Pokemon cards. However, though, I think the art on Pokemon cards is like really, really cool. Like I really especially like the art on this Gloom, and I think it would be really cool to make wood-burned wooden Pokemon cards. It's something I would. That's like, if I feel like I can get like really good with this, is make like wood-burned Pokemon cards. Is one of my long-term pie in the sky hopes with using this tool. But for today, oh, can't wait. Oh no. But yeah, okay, so we turned up the heat, we waited a little while. I want to see how well this does, which is still not quite writing how I wish. It's doing better. Okay. So we've got the dial here. Well, I think I'm gonna turn it up. Let's see what's cooking good looking. You know, just having life. I'm just gonna end up just continuing turning up the temperature on that until I actually get like decent burns on my piece, because it's coming along better, but so this wood burning kit was a Christmas present to me by my best friend, and yeah, I don't think it's like the best wood burning kit. I think it's just like a starter thing. Just made dinner and I'm so bloated. See, I had a salad for dinner and I'm not bloated. And that's why salads are just a goat meal. Is don't go near any smoke detectors. Oh man, so thankfully the shop doesn't have a smoke detector, but the room on the other side of this wall, the room that my computer's in, that wall has a smoke detector. And I have done set that smoke detector off so many times. I made steamed egg with tofu, nabe, and white rice with salmon furikake. Ooh, nice. Very nice. I actually had yesterday, my supermarket, they send me it's basically advertising material, but it has coupons in it and also recipes, and they sent me some, and I got that yesterday. And one of the things in there, I've been obsessed with furikake. I mean, it is a seasoning that makes rice very delicious. Which I I haven't had it too many times, but it's usually pretty. In my experience, it's been good stuff. But yeah, there was a what do they call it? They called it like Tallahassee onions or something. One of the recipes I got, and it's basically like a baked onion dish with butter and cheese, and I'm like, I like those things. I like all three of those things. I definitely want to try that at some point. Not entirely sure. Well, actually, I'll actually probably make that on stream next week because, yeah, I want to get more Dutch oven practice, because I'm still very much in my learning arc with utilizing the Dutch oven, and unfortunately, it doesn't help that I don't have a firewood that makes good coals, because most of my firewood right now is soft maple, and it makes coals, but it doesn't make like really good lasting ones like oak or, well, oak, hickory, usually other hardwoods. Okay, let's see if we make lines. Let's see if we can make a line. I want a simple horizontal line. And I get, ooh, wait a second. The color, okay, ooh, okay. So, as you can see, the color, because these tips are like made of, like, I presume brass based off the color, but this has changed color at this point. I'm gonna be optimistic. But we'll see. We will see. If I get a good burn line off this. And then let's see here. Can I make it horizontal? I mean vertical. It's burning. Ooh, there we go. Okay, there we go. So there is a bit of a technique to this. And okay, not much of anything, but so there is a bit of a technique to it, and the technique is so it looks like a pointed tip, but then when you turn it, see you got a flat spot there? You gotta have it like rest on that flat spot, which granted, I am confirming something I had expected, and that is this is going to go better if I can support my hands. Now, let's see. And actually, I'm gonna go level up. Gotta love the humble 4x4. This way, I can work my piece while it's supported. I don't have to like hold it. So let's see if we can finish. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is warm. This is warm. So let's see if we can finish this radical. If I don't have support for my hand. It's fine though. It's fine. This is just a test piece. Get that. Ooh, not too bad. Not too bad. Ooh, okay. So, if that's that, and then we come off this and bring a line down and caught on the grain, it feels like. It's very awkward. Well, I'm being very awkward. Nothing new there. That's nothing entirely new. But yeah, that is a somewhat legible. So that's the tree radical. If you get like, so a lot of people seem to think that kanji are scary, which to a certain extent they're right, but also to a certain extent they're not, because there's the existence of things called radicals, and radicals are basically like small kanji. So, and actually I'm actually on a very good page here on on my kanji learning book. So I'm going to bring this up to kind of help this illustrate a point. So we actually have 4 kanji on this page. So the one I'm most interested in making is the one for Sugi, because that's my name. But as you can see, it's got the tree radical here, and it's for a Pacific tree. Village also has the tree radical. Grove has the tree radical. And also timber, material, also has a tree radical. So you can actually, if you learn the radicals, you can kind of get an idea of what a kanji means, even though you've never seen the kanji, but just based off the radicals you see. I'm using a clamp as my please hold pages open. Please hold pages open. So that is the radical part of Sugi. The next part is the lines. So for the lines, let's just bring that down, bring that down, bring that down. Okay, so not particularly even, but reasonable. But hey, that's why this is scrap. This is scrap. This is practice. We're in practice stage. So with a blank slate, bring one horizontal line across. Definitely seems like I'm weak with the horizontal lines. Oh, I wonder. I think it's being weak with horizontal lines because of the rings of the wood grain. Yeah. Then we do that, and then if I bring a line over, ooh, I may have been a little bit too fast. And then for this, bring that down, bring that down, and then bring that down. Okay. Oh, attempt 2, not too bad. But this is reaffirming that I need support. Not only support for my workpiece, but support for my hands. So what I need to do, set this here. Oh, thank you. And I need to find some support. And find support I will. Because, well, this is why I always keep like scrap blocks. They're always good for like, if I want to keep like, which actually, ooh, that's reasonably good hand placement. Okay. Let's get some water. And let's get started. So I'm using actually, we're gonna say I've graduated from the practice piece and we're gonna try it on a real piece. So, first step is going to be a horizontal line straight across. But, yep, that's it. I'm actually tripping up on the wood grains, which is actually making the horizontal very tricky. But if I want to do a vertical's not too bad. Just take a little bit of flow to it. We'll bring that down, and then we want to do a small piece off to that side. And then, ooh, didn't have good spacing. Ah! It's catching. I'm really underestimating the impact wood grain has on this. But that is somewhat reasonable Sugi. It's not great at. What do I want to do? Do I want to black that out, or do I want to do something else with this? No. Okay, so I also want to need to reference my Background on katakana. Ooh, this is going to be exciting because the tip I have on that doesn't do curved lines so well, so that's going to be very fun. So that's going to be very fun because what I want to do is I want to have kanji on one side of the card with the reading in hiragana, and then on the flip side, I will have it in essentially English. So we're going to start off. I was kind of thinking I need to make the kanji bigger is what I need to do, but that's fun. Okay, so for this, we'll do hiragana for Sue. So it's dashed line, line down, circle, and out. Very sloppy. Very sloppy, but legible. Then, let's see, gi. Ah, okay, so gi is key. Yeah, gi, of course gi is key, but... Okay, so we'll do one line down. Then we put a curved part on it. If I can put a curved part on it. Wow! This thing's been really tripping on the wood grain. We'll bring a line straight across, and then I have to make, is it one special mark or two special marks? Two special marks. Yes, it's been a while. Oh, hello, Nando. How's the Pyrography going? It's going all right. I am definitely very, very, very much out of practice with Japanese, its forms, and also this is actually my first time like really trying to use this tool, so dealing with all the fun awkwardness of first time use, which in my case, as you can see, I've got my grain lines on my wood piece here. They're running up to down, and I'm noticing that the tool is getting stuck on basically the rings. It's actually getting hung up on the rings a little bit, and that's because the rings are actually made out of a slightly denser wood. But yeah, otherwise it's kind of sloppy, but that's fun. I'm happy with it. Well, reasonably happy. I need to make the kanji bigger though. And then hiragana will probably make it smaller, put it down in the corner there. But for now, gotta write the English of this, which is gonna be fun because this involves curves. Which, debating, do I want to do it like top down? Or do I want to do it like, because I don't have a lot of horizontal room to work with. Honestly, I like the idea of just writing it that way, and then I can be a little bit easy. I could work with larger lettering, so we're gonna work with larger lettering. That's what I want to do. So just bring it over, and it's going to be a very sloppy S, but it is going to be an S. Yeah, the wood grains seem to be very tricky to deal with. It's just getting caught on them. A lot of people typically will be using, because beech is usually a good go-to wood for this. I am using Eastern Red Cedar, which is funny because we're currently working on the Kanji for Tsugi, which is the Japanese cedar. So, but yeah, it just feels like it's wanting to trip on me, being hung up. But I suppose this is also what happens when I'm just like, hey, I'm just gonna grab a tool and start having fun with it on stream, and it's gonna be awkward, but that's fine. Still quite possible. Have fun. Sugi. Legible. Perfect? No. Legible. Yes. And remember, perfect is the enemy of done. So we'll call that 1. I'm gonna have it up on that side. So we'll grab another 1. And then I'm gonna have to get a sip of wood. Sip of water. I like my hydration. And then I get to think about my next kanji. Because, let's see. I kind of like the idea of grabbing timber right there, just because it's like right there. Really do not recommend a sip of wood, but I'm no expert. I mean, wood's perfectly, it's edible. Be interesting if you could liquefy it, though. You can't because of the cellulose and the lignin and how they bond, but granted, you could probably get sawdust into a fine enough state, enough of a powdered state to where it will behave like a liquid because of its size. Okay, so we're gonna go for timber here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what is seeming to be the most challenging part of this endeavor, and that is the dreaded horizontal line. We're gonna do a couple of swipes for the first part, and we're literally just making the radical for tree. I'm definitely a radical for trees. Which is actually one of the things I want to do for today is I kind of want to theme all the kanji cards around trees or plants, stuff like that. Okay, so that's the radical for tree, and then okay, so all I have to do is omit this one line for the other half of the radical. So with my piece somewhat well supported, then we'll do smooth, reasonably smooth, a little choppy there. I know that's like one of the big techniques with wood burning is that you want to be like really smooth with your contact. And my line ended up very choppy. Okay, let's see. Let's check there. Well, actually, so technically, my other radical here, it needs an extra little thing. It literally needs an extra little thing. Just a small little swoof, which actually I like how the swoof turned out. I'm getting curious about how each variable affects the writing, pressure, temperature, nib type. Yeah. I'm using a very just general purpose nib type, which there's like, I've got a small tray of nibs here. Because I was either debating, because this seems to be the best general use one. The round ones are good too, but also this is my first time experimenting with this tool, so I'm definitely very new to it. But I know, so I can adjust temperature. I actually have a fun little knob here that lets me adjust temperature. And then, yeah, like, wood burning is a very control thing. You gotta have a lot of control, which is gonna be the part that's gonna be fun for me. Okay, and then the higurana I want is Zai. So, actually, I'm just gonna set you on that. Just don't set off please don't set off my keyboard. So, come down here. See, off to the side. I want to make this smaller than what my kanji's doing. So we'll start off with that. Ooh, it's starting to smell like burnt cedar. And then we do a circle around, followed by one horizontal line, and then I get 2 dots. 1 and 2. Okay. That's za. And then I need E. Ooh, I did not give myself a... See, I am making my higurana way too big. That's a... Should not be doing that because getting this hot thing way too close to my thumb. Well, my finger, my index finger. But E higurana is pretty easy. It's pretty easy. It's 2 lines next to each other. One line is longer than the other. Okay. So, with that, we get to write. We get to use the English. We get to use the English that I'm built in with. Ooh, too fast, too fast. Just do a nice drawing motion. Yep, then shoot. That's 10. Let's see here. Can I do? Oh. Ooh, no. Now I'm gonna have to uppercase the N. Oh, I do mine with the gap. I know you can do it without it. Ooh. With the gap. I know you can do it without it. I'm just using the reference I have, honestly. Because so part of the thing is I actually am not super well versed in Japanese. I'm very amateur level, to put it mildly. So, don't take anything I say today I'm not an expert. I just am a guy working with the references I got. But yeah, timber, zai. Oh, don't worry, it was coming on stylistic choice. Okay, so I think that's gonna be good for that one. Let's find another kanji. Let's see. What do I want to do? Because my big game plan is to... Ooh, wait a second. I forget. Does this have... I just look up stuff. Kind of. I can kind of look up stuff. It is... Ooh, wait. Ooh, do I gotta... Ooh, I can look up if I know. Okay. Yep, oop. And, okay. I want 1602 for my next one. So I want 1602. So let's kanji 1602. Flip one more page. There we go. Haha. So, next kanji, because, well, I'm obsessed with all things trees. We're gonna be going with Mori. So, I'm gonna set my book in my folder tray so I can at least reasonably glance at what I wish to write. And we'll grab the burning pen of fun, and we'll do some burning. Okay. So, and the good thing is Mori is it's three things repeated, which is gonna make it easy. Like how kanji you can just ring. Yep. The ranges of kanji is definitely exciting. But I will say, like, one of my favorite things about kanji is the fact that some kanji are just made up of smaller kanji. And you can sometimes figure out the meaning of one kanji by looking up the smaller parts of the other kanji. Come down. Probably a little bit too much of a swoosh, but so down, press over, and come down. I'm not gonna lie, I think if I do this again, I am definitely gonna create some. I'm gonna create like some sort of like little holder for this, because I am really concerned about pressing, holding, dragging, and then I send this tip into my hand. Oh, figuring out kanjis gets so rewarding. I get you. Well, yeah. I like how sometimes kanji is a nightmare to study, but at least it's very fun and interesting as well. Yeah. Which is actually the reason why I really like this this style of kanji dictionary, because it's very look upable. Like you can just, like, as long as you can get an idea of your stroke order, you can figure out your kanji. Okay, so we've got our kanji for forest. Right, and I love how it translated it. It translates as thick woods versus forest, but I'm going with forest. So for Mori, bring it down. I love those wiggly lines that I don't seem to do well with, but I think I'm gonna get. I'm already liking how this feels. Ooh, Ri. Ooh, okay. Ri's gonna be fun. Okay. Because I have to reverse, bring it around, and do that. Okay. So there we go. That's reasonably Mori. Now we get to go to the English. Ooh. I actually do better when I pull the pen towards me versus away from me. Granted, as you can see, I am one of those silly Billy lefties. One of those people on the internet people warn you about. Okay. Do that. Bring that over. And we tackle E, which is very fun. Then get to a very easy letter for the end. Forest. Vice clamp seems like it would be great for holding the wood. Not sure if I'm using. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Honestly, what I would probably do in this case for this is for what I'll probably do on this piece of wood I have is I'll literally probably just take some scraps of the material I have here, and what I would do is I'll press them in. Well, I'll probably like either screw or nail, whatever works best, to make a slot, and then that way I can just set my piece of wood and just have it, and that way it's not sliding. Versus if I were to have this. I mean, I could clamp it, but I could use handy dandy clamp. But I don't think the clamp's the best tool for doing what I'm trying to do. Just because it's really hard to hold what I got going on. But hey. So we've got 3 down. Now we gotta go find another kanji. So let's go find ourselves another kanji. Actually, I think I know the kanji. I just don't know. It is a one I don't actually. Wait a second. I actually know how to say it. Which is kind of a fun thing, is that if you know how to say it, you can look it up in here. There we go, there we go. Yep, there we go. Okay, I want 1867. So, going to 1867. Ooh, close, we're close. There we go. Okay. So, we're going to be doing another aspect of my name, and that is we're gonna tackle a mountain. It's talking about a different type of clamp, one of those that just squeezes. Oh, okay, a nightmare that's happened each time. Okay, you're talking like a wood vise, which coincidentally, you're probably talking about this red guy in the far corner. But yeah, this is so English. In this, it's typically called a carpenter's vise, where it can hold stuff in from like side to side. Yeah, okay. But yeah, these are typically called carpenter vices. But granted, that's also the issue with like small things. Is small things are much harder to hold than large things. Large things are easy. So easy to hold a large thing. And if it's even large enough, the thing's weight holds itself. Okay. Actually, what's my stroke order? Down. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to flip this around because this has a knot right down here at the end. I don't want to hit that because the wood grain actually does affect how this burns. I don't want it to affect the burn too. Ooh. I lingered too long. And there we go. Actually, my horizontals are not thick enough. Can I thicken those up? Yeah, that's better. Oh, that's a lot better. Okay. Yeah, that's actually legible. Okay. So that's my kanji. Now I gotta figure out my higurana. So for Yama, I want. Ooh, okay. So let's say here. Let's turn this around. One line down. Bit of a skip. That mountain looks nice. I am happy with how it turned out. I am very happy with how it turned out. Especially considering of how much of an amateur. But that's kind of like the whole point of like today is this was kind of a way to, it's kind of a two birds, one stone thing where it's just like, let's just practice and have some fun. That's the ya. And ma. Once again, more curvy bits. And I suppose this, and why am I complaining? This is higurana. Higurana has more curves. Katakana is more blocky. Or at least it's like one of the ways how I distinguish them. Which I think katakana was actually came up as like a simplified version of higurana. but it has been an atrociously long amount of time. I really enjoy the idea of making kanji cards like this. Oh, thank you. I kind of just came up with this because I just had this like scrap material laying around. So I was like, I like the idea of just using stuff I have. Also, I am currently all cedar or got a variety of woods. But yeah, hey Dad's I'll drop. But yeah, this is all cedar. This is actually offcuts from my raised bed build, specifically the lid, because I desperately wanted to make it lighter, and so I basically fired up my circular saw and I took a whole bunch of like slices off just to slice some wood and lighten it up, and that's what all this stuff is made from, is wood from that. Ooh, good wood, good use of offcuts. Yeah, that's the game plan. Use offcuts. You gotta use the offcuts. Granted, I mean, honestly, when you can find like a good use for like scrap or offcuts, it's always very satisfying. Granted, even speaking of scrap and offcuts, my little support here, because originally I was thinking about holding these while I work, and I very quickly learned that that was a terrible idea. It was a terrible idea to not have support for this, and also for my hand. It's getting late here because of time zones, but I really enjoyed catching up. Oh, you have a good night, Nando. But yeah, you take care of yourself, and hopefully I'll see you around some other time. Ooh, okay. So let's see here. Bring that down. I love the horizontal wood grains. Always messing with me, but that's fine. There we go. Keep having a great one. Well, double-sided tape. I mean, I have double-sided tape, but I feel like I would have to use double-sided tape for each thing. And I don't want to burn through my double-sided tape supply. I haven't even touched my double-sided tape supply. So why would I want to like start using it now? Like, that's supposed to be used for when I'm like actually being like a somewhat proper woodworker. Monty. Granted, I also have plans to grab I mean, hey, that's how some guys think. Why would I use that now? I could use that later. And then I'll do that and fold up. Curves are definitely the weakness of the tip I have. But hey, mountain. Wow, sorry camera. But Yama. Definitely not the most legibles, but that's fun. It's very fun. Okay, next one. Let's see what we can do here. What do I want to do next? Honestly, I think I should just continue the name thing, but I don't think the next one's not a box type. I know what type it is. It is a type 1. Is it a 1-2? It's a 1-2. Yep, it is a 1-2. It is. We are going straight to the top, straight to number 1. River. So with this, we'll actually complete the name, which I don't know if I want to keep my book hold open at this point because there's not a lot of pages. That's also why I'm using clamp as a holder, because it does a reasonably good job at holding. So, river's not too bad. The kanji, which, who knows, maybe we might get into some more interesting ones later. But our first stroke comes down and then has a little bit of a curve. Middle stroke, it's kind of a shorter one. And then our last stroke off to the side. There we go. We got river. Really good job on me for like making it simple. Okay, so what is it? Kawa? Yes, Kawa. Okay. Kawa's not too bad. We start off with downward line. And then we do, now I gotta make a dreaded horizontals. Dreaded horizontal lines. That down. Oh, I'm reasonably happy with that. In a line. Ooh, yeah, that's a, I'll take that. I will take that. That is a ka. Then now I need wa. Okay, so we bring a horizontal line down. Then we do small short line across. Sharpen that up. And then I have to do big rounded bit. There we go. That is kanji for river, pronounced kawa. Now, for here, and river, kawa. There we go. That's actually another one. Okay. So, let's see here. If I were to just flip open to a random page, will I find something I want to do? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, wait a second. Okay. You know what? I actually like that. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know. Okay, so I found our next victim. But yeah, we're gonna be doing Holly next, and Holly is actually, it's made up of, once again, our first part of the kanji is the tree radical, and then also the second part of the kanji looks like the kanji for winter. So I kind of like the idea of Holly being winter tree because it's evergreen. Stay. Ooh, okay. Granted, the Higurana for this one's going to be really fun. Okay. Let's see what we can accomplish here. Oh, wait, no. I'm going to come down a little bit when I start my kanji. Down. A little bit of twisting wood grain. Then bring this to there. And with that stroke, tree radicals completed. Now we move on to the second part. So, do a bit of a line there. Which, by the way, as much as I talked about earlier about, I like this book because of stroke orders, and I just thought it would be good to have a reference for stroke orders. I am making no large attempt to respect stroke orders here. So, just putting that out there. Okay, there's that one, and then there we go. So that is the kanji for Holly, Hiragi. Which honestly, when I think of Hiragi, I think of the sisters from Lucky Star. So now this is going to be fun because unlike literally everything else I've done so far, this involves 4 Higurana. So I have to make my Higurana really, I'm going to have to condense them. So let's see here. Okay. So let's see. Can Sugi condense his Higurana? I would like to make it smaller to be like Furigana, which Furigana is essentially what's the word? It's like the small Higurana above a kanji sometimes to help like explain it if it isn't like immediately telling what it is. So there are raw. Okay. And then we're gonna do raw. That down. Do wiggles. Wait, is that connecting? No, it's not connecting. There is a gap here. So that's raw, and then gi. We've done gi before. Gi. Okay. Come down. Retrace that out. Define it. Line, dot. And there we go. That's Holly. So, Holly, Hiragi. And time for the English side. Where I can just kind of more like write how I'm how I'm more attuned to doing so. Or at least I don't have to question my... It's like, how do I make that shape happen? Ooh. Okay, so I just literally got an idea for the next... If I actually try to do this on stream again, which I'm kind of thinking about doing it on stream again. It's like more practice. But yeah. Gotta put that down. It's a little hard to hold at times. But yeah, there we go. That's Holly. Hiragi. Okay. Woo! My hand's cramping up. Okay. Let's grab next victim. And let's figure out what to do next. I liked that. Just opened up to random pages. Okay, well, this whole opening up random pages theme is really working. So for our next one, we're gonna actually do... Yeah, let's bring it up here. Bring it up to the camera. We're gonna do grass, because generally speaking, I'm actually wanting to keep these like plant themed because I'm obsessed with plants. So we're gonna be doing grass next. Try not to hit you, Mike. And it's near the center of the book, so it also stays put, which is nice. But granted, I've got some dreaded horizontal lines, so we'll see how this turns out. And this is also just like kind of more of a lot of the stuff I've done so far has been very like side to side styles of kanji. So this is actually going to be kind of fun because this is more of like a top down style. So let's go ahead and get started with good long horizontal line. Can I get a little bit more defining? Do that. So thank you. You're as good as you're gonna get. Then we do 2 vertical lines. I wonder if I should have went with a round point for this. Reason it's been turning out okay. Okay, so ooh, that may have been too big. A little bit too much of a linger there. Then we'll bring that over. Don't curve up. Okay, how many? I've got 2 lines in my box. 2 dreaded horizontal lines. 1, and can we get the second? And we got a second horizontal line. Ooh, 2 more strokes left. Bring it down. And then across. So it's a little awkward. The spacing's a little bit weird, but that's grass. That is grass. So I want Higurana for Ku. Oh, okay. Ku and Sa. So Ku's pretty straightforward. That's Higurana for Ku. It's basically like a... And then Sa. Okay, so Sa is... We'll do 1 line there. Granted, it's technically supposed to be all 1 line, both the diagonal stroke and then the circle bit. And then there we go. That is grass. That is Kusa. Or if you spend too much time in the Japanese internet, it has other meanings. It has other meanings. Okay. GR. Really nailing curves is... Ooh. That's the best S I've done today. That's the best S I've done today. And that's another reasonably good... those are good S's. I'm happy with those S's. A's not too bad. A little derpy looking, but not bad. Okay. Sweet. Okay, that's grass. So we can add that to the pile. Get a nice little pile going. Hand. Okay. Let's see if we can't find something maybe a little bit more on the complex side. Granted, that's going to be the kind of the hard part of if I want to keep it plant themed. I'm not sure how. Oh no, I'm tempted by that one. Do I want to do that? It's like, what It's like, what words do I want to learn? Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, very important word. Very important word has been found. Very important word is garden. Garden. Okay. We're going to do garden next. Stay. Thank you. And water. Okay. Actually, wait a second. I need a tile. Okay. So, garden. So, this is going to be fun because the whole kanji is in the big box. It's in the big box. So, let's see here. Let's make a really big box. Because that's going to give me the most room to play. Damn, that's a good horizontal line. Why can't I make good horizontal lines like that? I'm going to just define my lines a little bit here. There we go, there we go. Okay, so I've got a big box. Now we got to fill this box. So, horizontal, short, mid-length, horizontal across, followed up by that. Next, another horizontal. So we'll bring that across. There we go. Whew. Starting to make the wood smoke a little bit. Right, that's just what happens when I let the tip rest a little bit too long on the wood. So, crossed, down, over. May have made that a little too much of a rectangle. I think it's a little bit more squarey. Bring that down. Do a little bit of a side here. And then let's do... I would like to not have that look like that. Please and thank you. And then our resume, that's the final stroke. So we'll bring what we want here. There. Okay, let's see. I think that's really close. Yeah. Okay, so we got garden done. Very important thing. And then the fun part with garden is that a lot of these have been doing for the Higuraon and Kankana, I've basically been doing what is the form that seems most familiar to me in my exposure to Japanese. So, and that reading for this is going to be in. And in. So, let's see what we can do here. Can I continue to shrink my Higurana? That is the question. I forget that I typically do horizontals a little bit better if I pull them. Do that. Oop, can I get a little bit more of a mark going there? Okay. That's in. It seems faint for you guys. I think that's contrasting colors. Things show up really good on the heartwood though. Heartwood really shows the burning well, which is interesting because it's colored. I was thinking it would have been not as much of a contrast. Oh, wait. Wait. Huh? Where's just in? Oh, there it is. There it is. I was like, I knew it had to be on there. Of course, it had to be like far off to the side and like away from the grid. I was like, why are you way over there by yourself, hanging out there? Makes it harder for me to find you. Curve that up a little bit. And then we go. Garden. Very important word. Very important word. So, flip it around. Position this here, and then we'll do garden. Whew. This pen's hot. The fun part is, the more of this I write, the closer I get to this knot over here. If you gotta know anything about knots, is that the interesting wood grain makes this very challenging. But there we go. Garden. Not a whole lot of texture on that A, but that's fine. Okay. So we got that done. Reasonably happy with that. Okay. Okay. So if anyone has any plant themed kanji that they would like to see me do, by all means, feel free to suggest those in the chat. As for, and if none pop up, then hey, I'm gonna just look up and let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's see. I want that may not. Yeah. Yeah, that didn't. Okay, so couldn't find that one. What do I want? Oh, wait. We got... Oh, gosh. I actually have to look that up, though. Let's see what I can do here. That's a top, down. Let's see. I think that's a 3-4. Let's see what we get here. 3-4 top, down style. It means red. Yeah, I know it... Which is funny, because that's actually, like, one of the ones I actually, like, know. But I do need to figure it out from my book. Which... Because I just want to find it in my book, because... I don't suppose if I'm doing... But hey, I found it in the book. I'm probably going to do... Aka for the... Higurana. So we'll do red next. So we've got that there. Let's grab. Actually, I've got two. Let's set one here off to the side. Easy reach. Gotta love a nice easy reach. There's it. It means love. Oh man, that one's gonna be complicated. Like, I actually can't even see the strokes on that one. But we're gonna do red. We're gonna do red next. So, red starts off with single long horizontal line, which continues to be a weakness of mine. I believe in you. with another horizontal line, which I think one of my weaknesses with the horizontal lines is how I've been handling the tip. Go. We got, so from the base of that one, actually, you know what? I am staring this intently. I'm gonna pay attention to stroke order for once. So we start with that one, and then we do the next one. Next one. That one just kind of comes down. And it kind of has a bit of an upward swoosh. A little bit of an upward swoosh. Then we'll do this. Which actually, did I break stroke order by doing that one? I broke stroke order. How dare I? Ooh. I actually need to make a bigger. You'd always write in pencil first and then trace it. Yeah. I'm actually thinking at some point. And I think what I might do next time I do a wood burning stream is I might actually like write stuff out in pencil and then trace. But for today, my main game plan is to just do stuff free-handed. Just because I feel like that's the easiest way to get a feel for how the tool moves and how, well, and also what sort of like feedback I get. Which is really, which that's like one of the big things I want to like figure out is what kind of feedback I'm getting and like how the tool does what it does, because really need to get familiar with that. Ooh, wait, what are you? Oh, okay. So I'll do those two. Bring this around up. And Japanese A, why do you gotta look like an Anderson? Why do you have to look like an Anderson? So, but Ka is a lot more straightforward. Well, but yeah. I enjoy your streams, very chill. Well, I'm just a generally chill person. But also that's just kind of like the vibe. It's like, also I know I can't, like if I were to try to be like a high energy streamer, there is absolutely no way I could maintain that. There's absolutely no way I can maintain high energy. I actually had a friend of mine who streamed for a while, and he was actually really good at being like a high energy streamer. Granted, unfortunately, he doesn't stream anymore. But I did actually like watching his streams when he streamed. But yeah. What's the kanji? Oh, he's asking. Oh, Dad's Old Shop's asking really good questions. Really good questions that scare me. But there we go. We got red. Actually, I'm actually going to turn to Google. That may be components. That might be multiple kanji. So what I'm going to do here is turn to sweet, sweet, glorious internet. Let's see if I can get an answer here. Oh man, I just thought it would be funny. I mean, yeah, I see what you're going for, and I actually do like. I mean, I like it as an idea. It's actually real fun. It's just I don't know, and then also like Google's trying to now sell me note cards, and it's like, Google, I can make stuff. I can make stuff. Oh, okay. Ooh, I don't know if I like the fact I'm getting the AI overview, but... So, Japanese for note cards is literally notokado, which is funny. It's actually... There's actually not a kanji for it. For direct index card, or simply kado, for blank cards for writing study purposes. Flash cards for flash kado. Or study cards, which study cards is tango kado. Which, you know what? Let's go ahead and, because I know the go in tango kado is language, go in language, like ego, which is like English and Japanese. So for tango, let's see, what would be my strokes? My strokes would be 3. It's the top of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be 3, 7. So we're in the same segment, but we're going to 3, 7 here for tango. Let's see. Actually, did I stop my thumb on the right page? Nope. We gotta flip over one more page. Let's see here. Oh wow, wait. Ah! Wait, is that it? Let me see here. Take a closer look at this. No? What? No? Wait. That is interesting. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at this wrong. I am looking at this wrong. Wait a sec. Wait a second, I start there. Why do I feel like I'm missing? Weird. Almost feels like I'm missing a page. Granted, it says I haven't. Granted, it might actually be a 7.6 because they might have broken. It's one of the weird things with some of the, because sometimes when you write kanji, sometimes when you make like a box can sometimes be a series of 4 strokes, or 2 of your sides will be 1 stroke, and then you have 2 other strokes to finish up the box, which is what I'm thinking about. What is going on? Ah, okay. Okay, well, this is fun. So, oh man, kanji's wild. Yeah, kanji's wild. So, study cards. Study cards is tango kado. It's composed of two kanji. The first kanji is tan, which stands for single, and then go for language. So we're gonna do single next. Oh, but T. Ooh, but I also see T over there, and I want to do T. I like T. I like T way too much. I like T way too much to not do T. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to that. But for now, we're going to tackle single. This is a good page then. Yes, this is a really good page. Because that one's kind of angled a little bit towards it. Then actually how does it, wait. Okay, yeah, so to make the box is a single stroke down, followed up by stroke across, and down, and that is the best stroking across I've done today. That is handedly the best stroking across. Will my horizontal lines improve? Probably never. But that's fine. That is more than fine. I will take going in a direction and then changing direction and then getting a good result. And then, But yeah, one of the fun things with stroke order is we don't actually do the downstroke just now. We actually do the horizontal, and then we do our connector stroke. But yeah, there we go. That's done. So, for my higuerona, I'm going to need ta. So for ta, yeah. So we do that, followed up by that, and then let's see, we'll do small, real small line, followed up with another small line. So that's ta. And then to grab our N, one line going that way. This up to the curve. Loan words are fun. My daughter was singing a song and we couldn't figure it out. We go somewhere and she hears it and starts singing along. Turns out it was the Apartment song by Burrow, Mars, and Rose. Oh yeah, loan words are a lot of fun. The chorus in Apartment in Korean with it, which is Ahatsu. Okay. So let's see here. I want to spin this around because we're going to be making a real big S. A little janky S, but it's an S. Then we'll do an I. Squiggly. Nail the curve for the end. I can get kind of the curve for the end. Curve for the end's challenging. Then we'll bring this down. We'll complete G. Then, last but not least, is an E. There we go. And with that, we have the kanji for single. Tan. Granted, it's actually, I do actually like the usage in like compound words because it's a lot of like single color, single number, one I. And then there's also, so it also applies the units. So like single plus go means just word. So we've got that. So I'm going to be tackling T next since that's like right down in here. And well, speaking of T, and granted we're actually an hour and a half in. I'm gonna throw on the BRB screen and I'm gonna take a quick break to use the little homesteader's room and I'll be back here soon. Okay, I am back, and since I don't have to work tomorrow, I'm cracking open cold ones, which granted, this actually isn't that much of a cold one, because this is actually a NA beer from Germany, and I actually love these things. They are delicious, they taste great, they taste like beer, but they are no alcohol, and apparently they're also vegan, which seems like a weird label to throw on beer. But yeah. But for now, we think of tea. Specifically the kanji for tea. Because tea is a very, very important thing. Or at least very important to me. Considering I drink tea more than anything. Because tea's good. Tea's just really, really, really good. So the first part of tea is this. And so in terms of radicals, this is actually the radical for flour. Whenever you come across a kanji that uses this radical, you can basically be guaranteed that the kanji is related to plants in some way. As you can see, our kanji for grass here, that has the flower radical. So if you see any kanji, by the way, welcome back. Oh, thank you. But yeah, if you see any kanji with one long horizontal line and two short, like up and down lines, generally speaking, that gives you a hint to it's probably dealing with plants in some way. But yeah, that's like one of the better ways to actually like learn kanji is to learn radicals. Because for example, from this page of my book, we've got tea, which tea is a plant. Then, granted, interestingly enough, we have the kanji for wild. That also features the flower radical, which the thing is with the radicals, sometimes they're a little bit of a stretch, which I think wild is a little bit of a stretch for the flower radical. And then it is also used in various others, like madder, which madder is actually it's actually referring to the plant Rubia cornifolia. And then it's also used in Villa Dignified, and it's actually the end of, but yeah, like it can generally give you kind of an idea of like what the kanji's talking about. Like, oh yeah. Oh wow. So actually, we got a really fun, like, so speaking of flower radical, just a little bit of a going through here. So first, so my book is actually organized by radicals. So this is kind of how I've picked up and how I kind of see kanji. But so for this, we've got flower radical here, and that's for thatch grass. The words. But yeah, so we got thatch grass, we have seedling, we have distinguished or England, imperial garden, and then bud, like a plant bud. And then also it's used in young. But yeah, it kind of gives you, learning radicals does help give understanding. You can rely on it for clues, but don't rely on it as like a hard and fast thing. Like, just because it uses the grass radical doesn't mean it's necessarily plant related. But it could generally be plant related somehow, because a lot of this stuff was made by a culture very different than the one I'm currently in, and I'm sure I don't think I have very many people from Japan watching me, which is probably a good thing, because I'm pretty sure that I don't want people from Japan looking at my calligraphy, considering this is especially happening from the perspective of, let's just do a thing and have fun with it, which is basically what today is do a thing, have fun with it. So, and then these lines start off thick and taper off. Start off thick, taper off, and there we go. We have the wonderful, the magical kanji for tea. And then it's hiragana is literally just cha. So let's see here. Let me, my tip turned around there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So we'll do. Ooh, wait! I gotta be a little bit wide with this, because cha features basically two small hiragana. Some really complicated wood right there. Not making my life easy, but there we go. Cha. Sweet, sweet, delicious cha. And then also the English is really easy on this side of the world, which I will take anything that makes my life easier, because, well, it's not every day I get to make my life easier. Usually I put myself in positions where I make my life harder, but not right now. There we go. That's tea. Woo! So that's another one. Granted, I'm pretty happy with the... Whoa. Don't you do that. But yeah. If we do this again, I'm definitely going to kind of do a better job with the setup in such a way to make sure things are a little bit better. Okay, so we did tea, which is pretty fun. Let's see here. What else would be a fun kanji to do? Fun kanji to do that I'm also interested in. Work business industry. Prize. There's a kanji for eyebrow ink. Certificate. Bad smell. Prefixture. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got the next one. We have the next one. We're doing it. 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 You can't convince me otherwise. It is chestnut. It's chestnut. Which, coincidentally, I am 90% certain that chestnut season has begun where I'm at. So most of my plans for tomorrow are going to involve me traveling to a location to see family, and do stuff with family. But that do stuff with family is going to be like in the evening hours. I'm going to have some morning time. And one of the goals with my morning time is I want to hit up some of my local chestnut trees, and I want to see if I can find some chestnuts. Because if I can get some chestnuts, we're definitely doing some chestnuts over an open fire. Very interesting. Okay. So another interesting thing is, I noticed in my book it didn't give me a stroke order for this. I get to figure this. Well, I just get to have fun with it, which is going to be actually pretty fun because this one's interesting. It's pretty interesting, the shape of it. So we'll do that. So, because it's like because we basically have a series of blocks, and I'm not quite sure what the optimal way to make these blocks happen is. So, in the absence of instructions, local guy's just gonna figure it out. Ooh, come on. There we go. So that's kind of that block shape that I was like, I'm a little unsure about that. But yeah, that's the top part of the kanji, and then this is basically seems to be made up of 2 radicals, and that's the top one, and then the bottom one is, well, you know it, you love it. Well, I know and love it, and it's the radical for tree. I love trees. I love trees so much. Aw, I gotta like, got a real thin line there. And get one of the nice thick lines, sort of like how I had sort of like how I did the main like vertical line for it. But there we go. That's the kanji for chestnut. And then like do risu. Huh. Let's see, do I want to do risu or kuri? I think kuri is the like if you just want to refer to a chestnut, it's kuri. I think I'm gonna go with kuri for the higurana. And then, oh yeah, we like ku. We like ku around here. Cause that's ku. It's really easy. And then re's not the best, but reasonable. But yeah, there we go. Kuri, chestnut. So let's do been a little bit ambitious with that C. I was probably over ambitious with that C. Because I have to fit this on the back of this. And there we go. Chestnut. Kuri. That's another one down. Okay. So, I'm doing pretty good here. And actually, if anyone's got any suggestions, I'm open to them. Otherwise, I'm going to flip through my book and just look for stuff that seems like it's fun to do. Register. Oh yeah, there was that one. Well, I lost that page. Goodbye, page. What we got? Turn around, feudal village. Perplexed. Ooh, that might sound, that hits a little too close to home. Ooh, wait. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. I like that one. I think we might do that one. Tame, carry. Nah, we'll do. So, since I like to make stuff here on the channel, we're gonna do make next. Ooh. Haha. Granted, I love how this little dinky cardboard box has been like just absolutely saving me. As far as helping me hold my stuff. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is gonna be fun. This is actually fun. This is actually kind of fun one. Moved a little too quick there. Darken that line up. Yep, that looks good. We do that, and then we do our horizontal down. Horizontal down. Oh, not horizontal down. Vertical down. Okay. 1, 2, and then we make, so we're gonna make a box below this. I think for the box, I don't want it to be super big. It made it a little bit big, but a little bit big is no big deal. So wait. Wait, is it? You telling me that's all one stroke? Wait. Sorry, I can't. What? Woo. Okay. I was wondering if that was like a one stroke or a two stroke thing. Okay. It is a two stroke. Hey. Look. Please play nice. I'm gonna get this one figured out. Oi, oi. So the confusing part for me was you have this that comes down, and then comes out again, and then you have a really big, like, swoosh. And based off how I was looking at it, it almost looked like they were trying to write it almost in one stroke. And I was like, okay, so we're gonna do, so for make, we're gonna do suku, or typically I encounter make in like, come on, yeah, sukuru. Ooh. Like how one of the, because it also shows like pairings of like in situations you would find like this kanji with other kanji with, and one of them is up here, which I don't know the other one, because it's not just sake, but it looks like the sake radical. But yeah, it says sake brewing, which sake zukuri is sake brewing. So for Higarona, I want Su, which, thank you. Thank you very much. So Su is done. basically almost a reverse C. Kind of. Mine's very blocky and awkward. Like me. So Su, Ku, and then I want to add Ru. I might add Ru in parentheses because that's how it's. Okay. So Ru is line down. Define the line a little bit more. Have a curly come off. There we go. So that's make Sakuru. Then on this side, I get to hang out with my native language. There we go. Ah! I didn't want to throw it. But yeah. Make Sakura. To the pile. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Actually. How would I... Would that be a 1-2? Might be a 1-2. Let's see here. Oh, 1-2 doesn't exist. Oh, is that... I don't... Ah, yes, incorrect classification, 2159. So 2159. Whoop. Oh, 21. I mean 20. Wait. 2159? Is it gonna be there? Yep. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Okay, well, I don't actually see what I was truly hoping for, but our next kanji is going to be fire. Which I think is very appropriate because we're wood burning. And two, I do a lot of campfire cooking here. So I feel like it's double appropriate. So we actually do, okay. So how about we'll do swoosh, and we'll do another swoosh, and we do really long, and then we do a branch off that. I want to define that one a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's fire. It's he, so yeah. So for he, here we go. So he's pretty simple, straightforward. Well, it'd be simple and straightforward if we could do curves with this tip. But this writing nib does not lend itself well to doing curves. So flip this over. As you can see, these marks here are from the circular saw from when I cut it off the lid for the raised garden bed. So we'll do E, I, R, E. Fire. And we're back at the drawing board. Action. Would that be a singular kanji though? Let's see here. Nope, I'm not bathing. Ah, okay, so it's a combination. Okay. Let's see here. I get, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 dash, so that'll be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think that's a 4, 8 top bottom. We'll see. Ooh, that might not be a 4. Ooh, let's see. Would it be more than 4? Would it be like... Could be more than 4. Let's see here. Let's go into some of the higher radicals. Which this is kind of like the fun thing of looking up kanji. So that's 5, but that's got 3 dots. So I think if I up... Ooh. Wait, 5, 8... Ooh, that might be it. That might be it. It may not be in my... May not be in common uses, but I'm pretty sure this is it though. Okay. So we're gonna take a crack at it. A pretty fun, complicated looking one. We're gonna do this one. So it means work, business, industry. This is actually, so I was actually looking up to see if there was a single kanji for forestry. And of course there's not. But there are, so for the Japanese word for forestry is the kanji for grove, which we just did forest. And let's see, where did I put that? My cards are, I made too many of these. Oh, there we go. So grove basically takes off the top part of this, and then it becomes grove. So grove plus this kanji equals forestry. Since we're trying to keep, because I'm genuinely speaking trying to keep it plant related, because that's where my interests lie. Start off with a series of dots. And I probably made those too long, but I can. incorporate them into my horizontal line across, then followed up by dash line down, dash line here, another horizontal, horizontal achieved, and just like something to try my patience, keeps hitting me with the horizontals. How dare you keep hitting me with the horizontals? It says the guy who's got to keep doing horizontals. There's a lot of horizontal lines. This is way too much work in the industry. It's kind of a pun. Kind of a pun. Pseudo pun. Okay. And then with that, I think is that connecting everything? Yeah, that connects everything. So from the bottom of the box on down, it's a single stroke. Down, and then two side to side strokes. So we got a stroke there, stroke there, and I think how many horizontals does this got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay. All the horizontal lines were really close, and I was just like, man, it's really having trouble. So I can use. I want to do Nogil. Actually, how's it used in forestry? Okay, so it's used Gil. So we're going to use the Higurana. Oh. Very impressed. I have not hit my hand camera with my tip yet. I am very impressed by that. I don't often impress myself, but occasionally I do. So that's the key part of the Gil. So it's down, over that way, with a line there. Okay, so that's work, business, industry. And then for the back part of this, I'm going to go with industry. Because I see forestry as like an industry, and also I'm writing this kanji up because industry reasons. Which coincidentally, fun fact about myself, I at one point in time was a forestry major in college, which is why I have a little bit, which is why my knowledge of trees is higher than that of the average guy. Got that. And dust. Wow. It just loves the skip on those wood grains. Absolutely loves the skip on those wood grains. And there we go. Industry. That is another kanji card for who speaks more for the trees. You're the Lorax. Man, I'm going to be honest with you. It's the Lorax. Like, I like to be an advocate for the trees, but Lorax, he's got me beat. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Because I mean, the Lorax, he just works so much more than me. I have to sleep. I have to do job, because job's not related to trees. I just can't compete. cannot compete with the Lorax. The Lorax is way too powerful. Okay. Do we have any suggestions from the chat? I'm sure it's a game recognizes game situation. So, does anyone want to recommend the kanji? Because we got a whole book of them. I've got, actually, how many are in here? I think it's like 2,000 something. It has most of like the basic kanji. Like if you basically learn all the kanji in this book, congratulations, you can probably read a Japanese newspaper. Granted, as for me, I am definitely not at... I am nowhere near that level. Like, I know some stuff. I'm a little bit familiar with some of the kanji and aspects of Japanese, but I have never actually... It's been a long time since I actually took, like, studying Japanese seriously. And, like, blacksmithing? Ooh, blacksmithing. Blacksmithing is probably also going to be made of components. But... let's see what we can do here. Cause... Ah. Ooh, tanka. Okay. Okay. So it is made up of 2 words. So I'm going to actually tackle the second one, which is going to be the ka and tanka. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. So 2, 6. Let's see where we end up. Oh. Oh. Okay. Let's see. This is phone. For example, use Envoy. Because I think I remember. There's got to be like, at most it's 7. So that's... Now we're getting a 2, 8. Don't like that. Seemed like a pretty. Granted, yeah, that would be a 2, 4 actually. Ooh, oh wait. That might be my proper second radical, so... And with that quote-unquote proper second radical, do... prostrate... Actually, you know what? Because that is... yeah, it's pronounced ka. Let's go to the back of the book. And... let's see here. Here we go. I don't think the Oh, that's weird. That seemed like a common enough kanji that it would be in here. And that is not the case. Huh. Or at least one of the ones. Granted, the other one, which was honestly the one I wanted to do second. That one, I fully expect that one to be in here. Yep. Okay. Let's see here. 11:52. 11:52. What we get? Whoa. Too far. Ooh, close. Oh no. There we go. Okay, well, I do not have a kanji for blacksmithing, but we do have a kanji for forge, so it is not straight simple, but it's weird because I'm not actually saying it with the other, with that one other kanji that Google was giving me. So forge is a good one. I mean, it works. It certainly does work. Bless you. Oh, thank you. But this one's also going to be a fun one because this features a lot of strokes close to each other. But I might have this. I might have this. Or I might not. I'm just burning wood. Burning wood and having fun. Then we do another horizontal under this. Damn dreaded horizontals. I'm going to define that a little bit more. Define that a little bit more. Then, ain't blacksmithing without a forge, otherwise it's just metalworking. So true. So incredibly true. I genuinely enjoy people who are very true to themselves. Definitely the type of people I like having in my life. So 2 dash, up dash. Okay. So we'll do something like this. Oh! Ah! Ooh, I was wanting to define that line. Define the line. Okay. I'll kind of botch the bottom part of that, but it's fine. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. So it looks like it's made up of 3 radicals. It looks like I originally thought it was 2, but the thing is, also features this center radical, which has a small, which is actually not a 2-line radical. It is actually a 3-line. It is a 3-line radical right there, fellas. Actually, no, wait. Sugi, stop looking. Stop. You're finding lines. You're finding more lines. Why do you do this? Why do you find lines? Here I thought it was a 2-line and it's actually a 5. Ugh. Ugh. Huh, never mind. Oh well. So that completes that. And then we come up here, bring this over, go across, come down, And it's got a little bit of a leg to it. Let's get a little bit of a leg to it. Here, you get a little bit of a leg to you. And then the final one. Let's see if we can nail this. We come across, bring it down, and a big swoopity swoop. Granted, the knot there ruined my swoopity swoop, which is fine. I will persevere through. I will persevere through the knots and reversing grain any day. Any day. Okay. But yeah. To the best of my. Actually, that swoopy swoop actually starts really close to there. Okay. There we go. Kanji for Forge complete. And then we're going to do it as Tan. Tan. Which actually, I feel like I've done. I feel like I've done a Tan. Oh, was it work? Was it work? There's one kanji we did that was also Tan. Which one was that? That was mixed. Oh, here we go. Interesting. Okay. So we did have another kanji today that the higurama was Tan. And so Tan is single, and then we're going to write Forge on this other one. Ooh, joys of playing with knots. And actually playing with knots isn't too bad. Yeah. A little bit of really cross-grained wood. Be real difficult to handle well. And there we go. Forge. Another kanji for the pile. Do the pile with you. Okay. Let's see here. What else do we want to try out here? Because we actually got a lot of fun looking kanji here. Ooh, sickle. Bell. New. Ooh, number. Number can be fun. Service. Oh man, there's oh man, there's a kanji for good for nothing. I love it. I gotta say, this is like one of the funnest things about playing around with kanji. Is like, it is very interesting what things they want to consider words and then string together to make other words, which that's basically what kanji are, is like things you string together to make words happen. Ooh, cave, harbor, sandbar, limit, hunt. Delighted. Let's see, soak. Ooh, ooh. Kind of interested by cultivate. Ooh, notebook. Strong. Oh. I saw confer and I for a second thought it was I saw confer and confused it for conifer for a split second and was like, oh, conifer tree? I like those trees. Ooh, there's ooh. Ooh, I think yeah, we're gonna do this one. So we're gonna do pick gather for the next one. And a big reason is some of the extra stuff, like the stuff it talks about. So, saishu, picking, collecting, harvesting. Basai, lumbering, lumber felling. Deforestation. I'm so excited about the deforestation part. But. And then there's Sashu, collecting, gathering. Saikutsu, mining. Saitan, coal mining. Saiketsu, blood collecting. Saiten, marking, grading, rating. Sairoku suru, transcribe, record. Ooh, Sansai o Toro, gather edible wild plants. Yeah, that is a thing I do. Also, there's Budo Kara Wai Toro, Wayne O Toro, which is make wine from grapes. So yes, we're gonna do pick and gather. This is good. This is good. This is good. Relevant. Good information to preserve. This is good information to know. Because we do be doing some gatherings, and we do be doing, well, just various things like this. Granted, I've yet to make actual like wine from grapes yet. I haven't made wine. I actually have not done that. That is a frontier that remains to be explored for me. Because I've done blackberry wine making, which, I mean, it's just which with blackberries, it's just a fruit wine, but have not done actual grape wine making. That's on the list. It's on the list of to-dos. Okay, so it's 1, 2, okay. Oh, okay. It's like doop, 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 and then all I have to do now is stick the radical for tree under here, which we've been working with the radical tree a lot today. And there we go. So that's Turu. That's also Sai. I think I'm going to use Sai. I do like Basai. Lumbering. Just also like that as just a whole idea of a word. Lumbering. And lumbering as a like gathering lumbers and timbers and such what have you. Versus you lumber your way to the bathroom when you need to use the restroom at like 4 a.m. Not being that specific for any particular reason. Okay. But there we go. We have pick, gather. Here's the kanji. Pyrography. Pyrography is Sai. And then I think I'm gonna, for the English side, we're gonna go with gather. We're gonna go with gather. Gather, 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 gathering, which is actually some of what I do tomorrow. Granted, I'm still currently debating whether or not I'm going to go to Costco tomorrow for Saturday's stream. I mean, I could just go to Costco on Saturday, but Tuesday morning is going to be like my only good morning to actually go to Costco the 2 days I'm off work. So, and there we go. Gather. Sigh. I like it. I like collecting. Well, I like collecting, also just like going out to the woods and finding stuff. It's good stuff. Okay. Do we got any more chat recommendations? Blah. Any recommendations for Kanji? Hey! Don't fall down there. There's a burning tool down there that could burn me. Let's see. What do we want? What do we want? Ooh. I am definitely interested in that. Oh man, there's a kanji for just pig iron. That's fun. Actually, let's try. Let's see. Yeah, let's just try going in this direction. Spike, accumulate. Oh, magnetism. Ooh. Wait a second. Seed, rapeseed, clone seed. Ooh, or rice plant. It's really close to something I would be interested in, so I'm gonna keep a thumb there. I'm gonna keep flipping through my book. Okay, done. Done. Easy. So, this is going to be the final kanji for the evening, but we're going to do autumn. Because it's, granted, it's still technically summer, because, well, actually, summer's almost over. There's actually less than a week in summer, because once the solstice happens, we will be officially in autumn. So yeah. I like autumn. Autumn's a great time to be alive. Well, it's a great time. Actually, just a great time to work on projects. Do campfire cooking, spending time outside and not wanting to die, which is the thing with summer. Summer is like go outside and it's like why does the air hurt my lungs? Granted, I like how like part of the the funny thing is one of the radicals in autumn is actually the kanji for fire, which we actually did the kanji for fire, so it seems very fitting. Then down, and there we go. Ooh, I want to get a little bit more color on that. Yeah, that's a little bit better. There we go. That's the kanji for autumn, and it's gonna be Aki. Ooh, I gotta do. Oh man, I gotta do the hikirana for A again, which is basically Japanese Anderson. E, there we go. And then we do ki. Yep. Yep. Probably have my line. Stick up a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little bit better. And there we go. Now we write autumn. So we got A. U. T. Man, it is U in like one stroke. There we go. There we go. Not the greatest at M, but hey, did an M with curves. Take that. And there we go. Autumn. And that is gonna be the last kanji card for the night. So it's been 2.5 hours, I gotta say. It's been reasonably fun. Definitely have a lot of learning to go. The cedar, it's cheap, it's available, it works, but definitely has its limitations as far as a material, because the wood burner really likes to get hung up on the late wood or summer wood of the wood grain. The actual like more darkly ring defining aspect of the wood grain. So okay, so I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in today. I'd like to say, had a pretty good little bit of fun here. Got to actually practice, get some reps with this fun little tool here. I'm not sure when the next time I'm going to try and do something like this again. Might be a little while, but I'd say it was like pretty reasonably fun. I mean, I do, because I originally envisioned this as something reasonably chill I could do, but also not be play video game. And also I don't have a mess to clean up, because generally if I do like campfire cooking or woodworking, those types of streams, I usually have a really big mess to clean up, and it's a lot of post-stream work, whereas like this is my entire mess is literally limited to a singular workbench, which is lovely. Is absolutely lovely. So once again, I'd like to say thank you very much for tuning in, and may you all have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.